Look, we have the latest news from the world of Baldur's Gate 3 in our hands, and it's like a feast for our gamer souls. Have you heard about them? Those very requests, screams and cries of fans who demanded the ability to give their character a new look after leaving the editor. Well, it seems that the developers at Larian have finally gotten their heads out of their creative heads and listened to you gamers. Well, or at least heard a multi-voiced please for Michael Dowse, or as they call him, Master Dowse, has clearly announced that they are cooking up some stuff. And here's something else. These long-awaited things, according to rumors, may appear in the world of Baldur's Gate 3 at the same time as a colossal patch, which is comparable in size to a world map. The patch, they say, will include a huge list of changes and edits. And that's not all. Baldur's Gate 3 has already met with several hotfixes. They seem to have no rest day or night. They fight bugs and glitches like they're tempting candy that can't be missed. Fighting monsters is one thing, fighting code is another. And what do you say about May, a speedrunner among the true magicians of the gaming world? He managed to get to one of the Baldur's Gate 3 endings in just 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Yes, honestly, it sometimes takes us longer to decide what to eat for lunch. Now, imagine our favorite wizard, Gale. He has this habit of chewing magical things. But did you know that behind this amusing succession of magical snacks lies a real problem? Yes, Gale has a magical nuclear weapon lodged in his chest, as if he were a comic book superhero who decided to spice things up. And what an unexpected development. At the beginning of the second act, Gale gets the call of a great mission. Mystra, it turns out, is willing to put her past behind her, if only Gale will give her the spectacle of blowing herself up for the good of the world. So you decide to act out this scene as if you were directing a great movie. If you play for Gale or just invited him to your team, you get a chance to become a real hero of the explosive extravaganza. What are the main villains here? They are Ketterick Torm, Enver Gortash, and Orin, as if specially gathered to become victims of Gale's style and unpredictability. But wait, dear friends, don't be in a hurry to have a feast of explosions. It seems that a simple Gale salute might prove to be a sneaky idea. The magic of the absolute turns out to be so important that it keeps even the elethid tadpoles from completing their big change. What's more, it makes them seemingly ordinary elethids, and after all, no one wants such strange trees to grow even in the world of Baldur's Gate 3. And so, Argale decides to rush on the road. Faster, taller, stronger. After all, he's a witch. No, he's a wizard. He improves his jump, and like a Super Mario soars to the heights of Baldur's Gate 3. His power is determined, as it turns out, by his strength, 17, and he jumps through the entire game as if he's been tasked with testing our reaction to skillful jumping. And then, oh, here it comes. The moment of truth. Gale pulls Shadowheart out of her pod, and like a true protector, savior, and possibly cargo carrier, launches himself into the fray. He leaps over deadly collisions like he's got anti-gravity socks. And certainly when it comes to the fog step, Gale teleports like a true magician into the final area of the second act, like a wizard from a good fairy tale. The two previous bosses he leaves behind, as if they forgot to turn on battle mode. Gale decides to dilute the finale with an explosion. Yeah, what a final battle! What third acts? Gale decides to settle the score with the monsters beforehand. And how funny. May apparently decides that Gale has nothing else to do anyway, and takes off all of his clothes before entering the last room. Hey May, what's with the sass? Oh, come on. Gale seems to appreciate the encouragement and decides that this is quite the speed run too. So dear gamers, watch as Baldur's Gate 3 continues to turn our heads. Villains and conspiracies, magic items in your mouth, explosions and teleportations. This is not the whole list of things that can happen in this amazing game. The fate of the world depends on you. But don't forget to check your pants. Suddenly there's something else interesting there.